Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Tuesday, September 2nd. Yep, back to work, back to school, back into the grind. I know. Sorry, gang. It's just where we are. And sometimes when we get back into our routine, what happens is all the things that we thought we needed to do for ourselves, we kind of put at the bottom of the list. Maybe your kids are going back to school. Maybe you moved someone into college and you're really focused on that. Okay. I get it. Please don't put yourself last. We have to make sure that we help you build your financial foundation. And if you've got a question about anything going on in your financial life, we're here to help you out. Both Mark and I are certified financial planners. We love answering your questions. We love talking to you. So get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, write us a note, and if you'd like to join us live, just check the box. Mark will do everything else. Right now, let's take an email. This is from Mark. And Mark says, beginning in 2026, in January of 26, my employer, that is the federal government, is planning on offering in-plan Roth conversions from the traditional thrift savings plan to the Roth thrift savings plan. I am planning to convert about $10,000 per year, which is roughly the same as my employer's match. I've also been consistently contributing to the Roth thrift savings plan. If I convert this $10,000 in January, it looks like there are three ways to pay the taxes. One, all at once by April 15th. I'm thinking it would be April 15th of the next year, though, right? Because if you're doing, right, so it's in January of 26, so you would pay it all at once in April of 2027. The second idea, split over 4 quarters on April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and Jan 15th. So when you make quarterly estimates, or through extra payroll withholding. Given that I'm not converting very much, I think the easiest way would be to pay the taxes through additional payroll withholding. Is there a reason not to do this? I don't think so. Do you see a reason not to do this, Mark Talercio?
No, that would probably be my choice. That's like the path of least resistance. If someone can do it for me, I'm going to let them do it. Exactly.
I agree. So, yeah, Mark, this is so cool. By the way, for everyone listening who are federal government employees, it can't just be this one person. Like, this is a very interesting opportunity. So if you can do this, and it's a very low barrier to entry, you're able to convert enough to essentially get yourself in a place where you can just start slowly but surely converting without going into brand new tax bracket or even paying just a little. This is great. So if this applies to you, give us a holler. We'd love to try to make sure that you're taking advantage of this as always. This is where we thrive, when we have people who are listening who can share information, and we'd love to share it with you as well. Okay. This note is from Kiki, who says, how am I doing? I foresee decumulation concerns. Hiya, Jill and Mark. I'm an avid listener of your show, both shows, in fact, and I have been doing so for years before the pandemic. I thoroughly appreciate all of your advice. I actually try to predict what your advice will be to the people who call and email with their financial conundrums. I'm 45, single, no kids, except that 4-legged furry kind, meow. And I'm a federal employee living in the South. Hey, Mark, we've got a big federal government listenership. Go, baby. Let's go. I like that. Bring it on. Okay. So Kiki's house is, has a $200,000 mortgage that remains at 4.375% for 15 years. The price of the house, she purchased it, was $350,000. I also have $8,000 at a bank as a safeguard for the mortgage. And I put an additional $100 towards principal every month. 45, single, no kids. Stop putting that extra money down. Stop it. Thrift savings plan, $1.1 million. And it's about, essentially, it is a mix of both Roth and traditional, just about half and half. And I plan to max it out in 2025. Invested 80% in the C fund, 10 in the S, which is, I think, stock, and 10 is the I in the income. HSA, $35,000, max out annually, and pay most of my medical costs out of current income. Brokerage, $760,000, includes a $240,000 in a Roth, and then a bunch of other money in Vanguard funds. Brokerage 2, So she's got one for 760. One in 40 has $44,000 of bonds, and one has $43,000 in individual stocks. This is amazing. I just want to tell you that the third brokerage account, an assortment of individual stocks that include when I was working in retail in high school. Okay, savings money market, $25,000, earning about 3.8%. $15,000 in a CD matures in March, 5.3%. Monthly expenses, $3,500, and try to add at least $500,000 a month to that big brokerage account, the $760,000 one. Questions. Am I on track to retire at 57 or 59, not including my government pension? Not planning on Social Security, but if it is solvent and available, I would take it at 70. Why am I not including your government pension? That seems ridiculous. I mean, yeah, you don't spend any money. So, number one, yes, I do, but I think that's silly. You should include your government pension, and you can do that at age 57, and that would be fine. And Social Security will be fine. You'll have it available. Should I switch my brokerage account investments, perhaps changing the fund that's inside of my Roth IRA, which is actually just a Vanguard balance fund? I would just use a bond index and a stock index and maybe an international index and go to sleep at night. What else can I be doing to maximize my funds? Nothing. You're doing great, but stop putting extra money down on your mortgage. You don't need to do that. Already know that I think that I'm going to be like recent callers who have trouble with the decumulation part of retirement. Thank you in advance, taking the time to respond. Kiki, really, you're in great shape. Mark, do you see anything wrong with the game plan?
I mean, no, she's rocking it. I mean, she's mid-40s, couple $1 million, working for the Feds. She's going to have a pension. It's
incredible. I mean, 45 and single with no kids definitely helps out, just to be clear. So, but don't have to plan on everything being the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean by that? Like, in terms of like where you're going to, put your efforts. I really want you to be clear that you don't have to plan on the worst possible scenario. You just don't. I know that I do that too. But you can also look at the most likely scenario, which is you're going to get this. Come on. You don't have to worry. All right. This is from Jennifer, who's got a question about umbrella insurance policies. How do you know the amount you should get? Okay. I just want to tell you one thing. I usually just say, I will take the largest amount they will give me. So that's what I would say. That's how I have got. Is there a formula for how much you should get in an umbrella insurance policy? She and her brother are wondering how much their 81-year-old mother should be carrying. She's got a net worth of $6 million. Much of the money was inherited 7 years ago. So we're not used to thinking about this size of an estate. Her current umbrella policy is for $1 million. As potential risks go, Mom is 81, still driving, 4 rental homes, which are in a sole proprietor LLC, so I'm not sure how much risk that is for the remainder of her money. Is her current umbrella policy enough? Maybe this is one argument we can make with her as a reason to give up the keys at some point. I realize our situation is unique. I've not heard you talk about umbrella policies and how to determine the amount that makes the most sense to protect your financial future. Mostly what we have been worrying about so far is keeping your money safe from predatory scams, and that's just hard enough. Oh, brother. Mark, is there a rule of thumb about umbrella policies? I literally think you should get as much as they'll give you. And I would say to her, honestly, if you can get a $5 million policy, I bet that's plenty, and that would work. What do you think?
Yeah, I would price it, see how much it's going to cost to jump from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Umbrella policy in general is pretty cheap.
Yeah, so that's what I think. If it's cheap, great, use it. Let's do that. Okay? Thank you. Okay, next question from Mary. I've been a daily listener and a big fan since the pandemic. Okay, here's the question. Vanguard stopped holding my husband's SEP IRA, so we were forced to use another brokerage firm. We moved all of our money from Vanguard to T. Rowe Price in kind, and we've been asked to do a new plan. We had personal advisor services at Vanguard, but the options at T. Rowe Price are less great and with higher fees. Do we hold our old accounts or sell and rebalance and pay taxes? I felt good about our plan and progress, but I'm worried about the tax implications of rebalancing. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. It's a SEP IRA? Come on. A SEP IRA, there's no tax that's due if you rebalance. So I need more information. I don't know if you've got other accounts that are brokerage accounts or not, but I'm interested. I got to learn a little more, Mary, because if you've got a brokerage account that needs to be rebalanced, that's one thing that would potentially carry a tax liability. But if we're rebalancing a SEP, then there would be no tax liability. So keep an eye on that. Get back in touch with us.
I haven't heard anything about Vanguard not holding SEP IRAs.
Yeah, I haven't either. So I don't know what that is all about.
Even if so, why wouldn't you just go from, just roll it over into a rollover IRA?
Yeah.
At Vanguard.
Unless it's just active plan.
Yeah, but they do have SEPs. I'm looking at it right now.
I don't know. Let's hear more back from her. We need to get a little more information, okay? Last question. This is from Sue. And she writes, "Hi, Jill and Mark. I listen to your podcast every day. Don't you love everyone's? I listen every day. If you miss a day, don't worry. I won't be very upset. Just download it every day. That's all we need. We need the downloads, gang. Okay, I appreciate the advice you give without making people feel bad about their situation. My question is about our high-yield savings account. It was at 5%. Now it's slowly gone down to 3.75%. I understand this is due to the Federal Reserve lowering interest rates. We've got about $250,000 in a cash account. We were wondering if we should look at a CD ladder or some other type of semi-liquid cash account. We're in our early 60s. My husband is retired. I work part-time, only to get cheap medical insurance through my employer. God bless you, Sue. That's a brilliant idea. We have about $2.7 million in managed IRAs and brokerage accounts. Also, $100,000 in checking and savings through a bank. We also have 2 rental properties and 1 primary. Everything paid off, worth about $3.2 million. We net around $80,000 a year from the rentals. No debt. Kids are launched. Outgoing each month, $100,000 to $110,000. Thank you in advance for your wisdom and guidance. Keep up the good work. Well, Sue, yeah, I'm fine with getting a bond ladder. It kind of looks like you're in fabulous shape. So if you've got $250,000, right, and you were looking at a bond ladder, there's 2 ways to think about it. One is like, okay, I could just do bonds or I could potentially do CDs. And I think if you look at the various opportunities for you, you might maybe go through, I don't know if you have to do this yourself or not, but I think that a CD or a bond ladder would be kind of great. And maybe I would do it with like in increments of where you really think you're going to need, when you think you're going to need the money. It doesn't, like, maybe you would just say, okay, like I'll have 6-month CD for a chunk of money, like 50, and then another 50 that would go 1 year. But then you could start using, maybe you could use longer term treasuries in general just to kind of throw some money out there. It doesn't look like you're using any of this money. So I think that it would be great to get that money working, but not at a high risk. If you're shy, don't worry. We do email episodes from time to time, just like this one. So if you want to get in touch with us, go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and write us a note. We'll read it either on this show, on the Money Watch show, on our radio show. You never know where these emails end up, but we do try to answer everything. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your favorite podcast. Don't forget to leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. Try to put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. Someone needs a little boost, a little pat on the back. It's really going to make them feel better. It's going to make you feel better. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.